just prior to Addepar starting, of course, was the global financial crisis in '07 and '08. And a lot of people, found out the hard way during that crisis and during moments of market panic and credit crunch, et cetera, that they didn't have a single place to go to see everything they owned, where they owned it, how they owned it, what they were exposed to. And as a consequence of that, they couldn't make timely, precise decisions about their investment portfolios. And so it's a very kind of conceptually obvious problem, but it's actually a very, very challenging problem to solve in a complete, timely, accurate, secure way. And hence, why we took a pretty dramatically different approach than what had been tried for decades prior to that. Like we treated it first and foremost as a very deep technology problem, where we recognize you actually have to build the underlying infrastructure, the data model, the data pipelines to ingest data from loads of different places, but really pull it into a unified data format and representation. And only then can we show each and every client a complete view of everything they own, but do that and represent the details also in a complete way, so that the first use case we went after was consolidated performance reporting. And in order to calculate performance, you need, not just, for example, the value of each account or the value of each, security that you have in that account, but you need the full transaction record. Like, when did I buy this asset? For publicly traded stuff, like when were their corporate actions? For investments in private equity and venture, it's like, when did I make the commitment? When was capital called over time? When were distributions paid out? Which portion of those distributions are recallable? So there are all these complexities, all these nuances for each and every investment type, and the bifurcation of that in the public world versus the private and alts worlds. We really just set off from the very beginning to solve for the entirety of these really complex investment portfolios in order to mitigate the risk that had manifest during the financial crisis, so we can bring frankly a more robust set of capabilities for the people around the world who are accountable for the largest, most complex portfolios.